What? Hey, somebody turn on the damn freaking lights! Well, well, that was, not weird at all. Well, guys, we got a new summer horror movie, and, well, let's go ahead and let's see how it turned out.
Hi, I'm Albert.
Hi, I'm Danny.
Hi, I'm Jazz.
Hi, I'm Toby.
Welcome to Gamer State.
Lights out, guys. Hey, that's not funny. Turn the damn lights on. You guys are messing with me and I'm not liking it. Alright, guys, so Lights Out. Oh, God. Alright, guys, so Lights Out was actually directed by David Sandberg, as well as produced by James Wan. And just a little quick something. I got a nice badass little poster. I don't know if it's gonna focus it on it or not. But with that being said, let's go ahead and let's dive straight into the plot. So we kind of have a dysfunctional family. You know, the mom is is part crazy. She was locked away in a mental institution for a while, and the daughter hates the mother because she's kind of crazy. And then you have this little kid who is putting up with all this drama, has to deal with all this crap that's going on. All the meanwhile, they're all being stalked by this freaky, ghostly apparition that goes by the name Diana. And in typical horror movie fashion, they have to somehow stop her, kill her, in any way they can. So that's pretty much the basis of the plot. I don't want to spoil this movie for you guys. I want to let you know why. So let's go ahead and let's talk about the characters. So first up we have Teresa Palmer, and she is actually the lead in this movie, and she does a fantastic job. She has such a big role to play in this movie, and she plays it off very well. Now, she does kind of have this weird look from time to time where she's kind of like lost. And she doesn't know what to do, like the deer in the headlights kind of look, With saying that, the way her character is being portrayed in this movie, it's more understandable because, these characters are real. These are like real people, which is something you don't normally see in a horror movie. You just see the throwaway characters nobody cares about. But this movie, you care about the characters. You want to see what happens. You want to have them live. And in reality, you probably would think, I would probably have that deer in the headlights look as well. Next up we have Maria Bello, and Maria Bello is the mother, the crazy mother, I'm just saying. And she plays her very, very well. She has so much emotion in this movie. She is the emotional, dark drama part of this movie because she is kind of crazy, but at the same time she kind of isn't. Overall, she had an amazing performance. Next up we have Gabriel Bateman, and Gabriel Bateman is a child actor, which I'm not overly fond of with any child actor, but there are the rare ones that truly stand out to me, and he is one of them. He had fantastic performances. Anytime there was something creepy, something coming out to get him, you could see the fear in his eyes, and it just felt that much more real. And then next up we have Alexander. He's not a throwaway character. He's the boyfriend to Teresa Palmer's character, and he actually plays a pretty good role in this movie. He's kind of like the grounded one. He wants Rebecca and her mom to resolve things. He wants them to be an actual family again, and he's willing to go through so much. And he's actually a pretty darn resourceful character, I gotta say, which is one of the great things about this movie. Moving on, the cinematography in this movie was fan-freaking-tastic. There was no shaky cam whatsoever, at least from what I was able to see. There was none of that, which means all the shots were nice, they were very sharp, and they're very clear, nothing crazy going on. So let's talk about what I really liked about this movie. This movie was pretty intense, as well as it was pretty darn scary as well. This movie made me jump and tense up a couple times throughout the movie, which is what you want. Now, there are some jump scares thrown in, but I have to say that even though they are jump scares, I think the way they're utilized makes them not your prototypical just throw something in your face type of jump scare. It's more well thought out, which to me makes the movie just that much more better. Now, again, I touched on this when we were talking about the characters, that they're actually good, clever, and resourceful. All of them are. You know, in typical horror movies, you see characters just die left and right. Now, I want to talk about this one scene where let me just talk about one scene in particular. All right, the little kid gets dragged through this hallway, and normally in a horror movie he would just continue to get dragged, probably into a room where all the other characters would have to go and save him. In this movie, it's different. This character knows what he's doing. He knows what this apparition is afraid of, and it's afraid of the light. So he's holding a candle the entire time, and he manages to turn around and stick the candle right in front of him, and you know, Diana, the unfriendly ghost, backs up and goes away. You know, so that girl goes to show you that, hey, these characters are smart. These characters, you know a little bit of what they're going up against, what this thing fears, and not just completely draw a blank of like, oh, I don't know what to do anymore. Now, let's kind of jump into what I didn't like about this movie. Now, there's not a lot to talk about. When you're watching this movie, it is kind of gimmicky because it's kind of, you have seen some of the things in this movie before, but the way it's portrayed in this movie, it just feels new and it feels different than in a normal movie. Now, the monster in the movie, or the ghost or the apparition or whatever, you know, it wasn't really as terrifying. Not to say that it wasn't scary throughout the movie, because it actually was. But towards the end, where you got to see more and more of it, especially in the face, it wasn't as scary. It just kind of felt like that prototypical elderly, you know, like crackly freaking type of thing. You know, it just felt like, you know, I've seen this somewhere before, probably in that movie Mama, I'm just saying. But again, it kind of feels a little bit slightly different. However, it still wasn't as good as I would have liked it to be. Now, there is a mystery involved in this movie, and to me, I was really trying to figure it out. However, the mystery part of this movie doesn't really connect very well. It just feels like the mystery part of it was not well thought out, and you're kind of left with a couple questions when the movie ends, and you're like, okay, but what happened? But what was this all about? You know, this movie is a good horror movie. It's also a very good drama movie because it has a lot of personal problems that you would kind of have in real life, you know? And these characters feel real. You feel that they all have problems and they're all trying to get through them. All the while they're trying to defend off this freaking ghostly apparition thing that is trying to kill them. So, wrapping this movie up, guys, I have to say that this movie is actually pretty good, and it was, you know, pretty scary. Like I said, it made me jump a couple times. So, with that being said, I'm gonna have to rate this movie a 8 out of 10, guys. This movie is really, really good. It has its problems, but overall, I still think it's a good movie, and I highly recommend you guys go ahead and go check it out. And that's pretty much the end of this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, by all means, hit that like button, as well as subscribe to my YouTube channel, where we make more videos like this, and I will see you guys in the next time. Peace.